Hi, my name is Warwick Merry. I'm a Master MC and I was actually fortunate enough to be the MC at one of the recent TEDx Melbourne events. Now, after the event, I was talking with Jon Yeo, who's the TEDx Melbourne Curator, and as well as some of the different AV and support team, and we thought it would be a really good idea to put together just a few key points on what it takes to make a fantastic TEDx presentation. Now, TEDx presentations run under a whole stack of different rules or whatever, but we wanted to just give you the key things that you'll need to make your presentation fantastic. Now, we try and make sure that we have fantastic MCs who run the different events, and most of these guys are very experienced in presenting. So if you have any questions at all, please find out who the MC is for your event and have a conversation with them. Jon himself has got some great tips on what it takes to make a great presentation, but the MCs have got some really good finesse techniques to really make your presentation the best. Now, as you're probably aware, with any TEDx presentation, it cannot go any more than 18 minutes. Now, in 18 minutes, there's not really a great deal you can get across. I would strongly suggest to you that there's been no more than 4 key points, maybe 5 and an outside, but I would try and stick to 4 key points. There'll be 4 key elements you're trying to communicate. Now, each of those elements you'll back up with stories or case studies or images or something that you may have done to back that up, but there's really only 4 key points that you're trying to get across. So if you can stick to those 4 key points and make it obvious what those points are. I'd hate for your presentation to be just a long ramble at the end that was fun, but what did it add value? The focus really needs to be on how's the value that I'm giving to the audience. So really consider about what are the 4 key points I'm trying to get across here. Slides are really useful to use as a trigger, because the last thing we want at TEDx is for you to have a whole stack of notes that you need to refer to. So use your slides as a trigger. Now, some people actually put the 4 key points written on the slide, which is great. And then we'll have some backup supporting material, be it images, be it stories that go with that. But use your slides as support. And don't be looking to the slides when you go next to it going, oh, that's right, this is the point on that slide. Change slides beforehand to get you sort of stimulated. Now, we'll make sure that when you're presenting, you'll have a monitor down on the floor in front of you so you can see the slides. You don't need to turn your head around to look at the back. You might notice I'm balding a little bit. But there'll be a monitor in front of you so you can stay engaged with the audience at all time. So make sure you're using those slides as a trigger for you to remember some of the different points that you want to get across. I think the key point for you guys is really preparation and rehearsal. The more you rehearse, the better. Even if you're just, and you can't think it, you've got to say it. So get your slides happening, stand in front of your computer and stand, like physically stand and pretend that you've got the 450 people in front of you and rehearse your presentation. Check your timings. Now, on the day, you will get excited. You probably will go a little bit faster. So if you're coming in at about 18.5 minutes, that's okay, because you will go a little bit faster. But make sure that you're very comfortable with the content, very comfortable with your presentation. Same with the preparation. Make sure that you've got up-to-the-date facts and figures. It really makes a big difference. Because at the end of the day, what we want to do is engage with the audience. These presentations are all about the audience. They're nothing to do with you. I know it sounds like a bit of a misnomer in that you're the person on stage. Of course it's about me, but it's not. It's all about the audience. It has to be entertaining. It has to be engaging. It has to share some bit of knowledge that they go, wow. So it's all about the audience, and make sure you're engaging with them. And so that doesn't just mean with the content. It also means physically. Look at them. In the same way I'm staring straight down the barrel of the camera, look at the audience. Now, some people say, if you're a bit nervous, oh, just look up at the roof. But if you're looking up like this as you're talking, it looks ridiculous and you're not engaging. So take the time to actually look at your audience and look at different people in the audience. If you need to, get 3 or 4 different anchors, the smiley face people in the audience, and sort of look at them. You will then capture and engage with a whole stack of people around them. But by looking at them, you're going to engage so much better with the audience. Because it's all about the audience. And it is all about engaging. Probably the best tip that we would give you is watch other TED Talks. Now, I know you've probably seen a heap of them, but have a look through and have a look at ones that are in a similar industry or concept to your own, and look at the ones that you really like and find out not the content, but the technique. What are some of the ways that they've presented that you find really engaging and stimulating? What are some of the things that they've done that you think, wow, this could be a really good thing for me to do that'll get my audience excited? it's really important that you look at how they're operating. Because, with the TEDx talks, the best TEDx talks get then put on the TED site. And in all honesty, TEDx Melbourne would love every single one of their presentations to be up on the TED site. So the better you can be, the more engaging you are, the more schmick your presentation, the more chance you have of being up there. All right, a couple more points. The second last one is essentially just be yourself, but amplified. Because you've got 400 people in the room, you've got to be fired up a little bit to see. Now, don't go over the top. We don't want fake. This is the important bit about be yourself, but be yourself amplified. If you're making a gesture, it can't just be a little gesture like this. Make it a big gesture. Make it inclusive because you're in front of a large room. So, make sure you are yourself amplified. And the final point, and probably the most important, have fun. Enjoy the day. I tell you that 18 minutes is going to go like that. You are going to be on and then off and go, oh my God, all this preparation for that. But it will be so, so worth it. It's amazing what's happened to some of the different TEDx presenters over the years that after presenting at TED, and let's not lie to ourselves, having as a TEDx presenter looks fantastic on your resume. It looks great on LinkedIn. So, use this as an opportunity to really give to the audience and see how far it'll carry you. But have fun as you do it. Really enjoy the process and enjoy the day. Again, if John or any of the TEDx Melbourne team can do anything to help you, please ask. We're here to do whatever you can. And your MCs on the day will do whatever it takes to make sure you feel comfortable and that you're presented well. Okay, again, this has been Warwick Merry. I'm a Master MC, and I just wanted to put together a few hints to help make your TEDx Melbourne experience a far better one. Hope you've been of value to you and hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.